Hi everyone, I hope you're okay, and I really hope that guys the videos will keep uploading and helping you out. This is part 2 guys of the video whereby I'm dealing with alcohols. On this video I'll be just naming the alcohols and drawing the structural formulas when necessary. Please note that guys it's very important to know what kind of an alcohol you are dealing with. If it's a primary alcohol, I will say and I will state the reason. If it's a secondary alcohol, I will say and I'll also state a reason, as well as when I'm dealing with the tertiary alcohol, I will say and state the reason as well. Okay, for the first one, it's very important guys to number your your carbons whenever you're dealing with alcohols, and you must always number your carbons from the terminal which is closer to your functional group. Our functional group for alcohols is it's the OH ion over there. Are you together? So this is my parent chain, and this will be carbon number 1, this will be carbon number 2, and carbon number 3. So since my parent chain has 3 carbons, that means I'm dealing with propane, and then I need to state at which carbon is my functional group located. My functional group is located at carbon number 1, so I'll simply write 1 all. Are you together? The IUPAC name of this compound will simply be propane 1 all. Okay, the second one, that's my parent chain over there. I must number my carbons from the terminal which is closer to the functional group. Are you together? In this case, my functional group is the OH ion. So this will be carbon number 1, carbon 2, 3, and 4. So since I have 4 carbons on my parent chain, my prefix will simply be butane. And then my OH ion is at carbon number 2. So this will be 2 all. Okay, and then now I'm dealing with, I didn't mention over there, this type of an alcohol over there, for the first one I'm dealing with the primary alcohol. Why is it a primary alcohol? Because the OH ion is at the terminal carbon. Are you together? Then for number 2, butane 2-all is a secondary alcohol. Why? Because this carbon, which is bonded with the OH ion, is just bonded to 2 other carbons. Are you together? Okay. Now let's go to the third one. Yes, this is my parent chain. I need to number my carbons from the terminal which is closer to the functional group. This will be carbon number 1, 2, 3, and 4. I know that I'm dealing with an alcohol, but my alcohol has an addition. It has a side chain over there. I need to mention the side chain first, and then write down the IUPAC name of my alcohol. At carbon number 3, I have a side chain which is called methyl, and then since I have 4 carbons, the prefix from my alcohol will simply be butane, and the OH ion is at carbon number 2, so I simply have 3-methyl butane 2-all. And this type of an alcohol is a secondary alcohol. Are you together? Why? Because the carbon which is bonded to the OH ion is bonded to other 2 carbons. Okay, now let's go to the fourth one. That's our parent chain over there. We must always start numbering our our carbons from the terminal which is closer to the alcohol, which is closer to the functional group. Are you together? In this case, whether I start from the left or from the right, my functional group will be at carbon number 3. If that's the case, I now need to prioritize the terminal which is closer to the side chains. So the right hand side is closer to the side chain, so this will be carbon number 1, carbon 2, 3, 4, and 5. So obviously I'm dealing with an alcohol which has 2 side chains. I need to mention the side chains first. I know that at carbon number 2 as well as carbon number 3, I have my 2 side chains, and hence I'll simply write dimethyl. The parent chain has 5 carbons, so the prefix will be pentane. Since the OH ion is at carbon number 3, it will be pentane 3-ol. The complete IUPAC name is 2.3 dimethyl pentane 3-ol. And this type of an alcohol, guys, it's called a tertiary alcohol. Why? Because carbon number 3, which has the OH ion, is bonded to other 3 carbons, 1, 2, and 3 there. Okay, now let's go to compound number 5. I must always start numbering from the terminal which is closer to my functional group. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Are you together? And then, yes, I do have additions to my compound. That's the first one, which is ethyl. And then I have 2 of the methyls over there. Né? Whenever I mention these additions, I need to mention them in an alphabetical order. Ethyl should appear before methyl. Are you together? So I'll simply say that this is 3 ethyl and then 3.4 dimethyl, since I have 2 of them. Dimethyl. The parent chain has 5 carbons, so I'll simply have pentane. The OH ion is at carbon number 1. It's pentane 1-ol. That's pentane 1-ol. Okay. For compound 6, yes, that's my parent chain, and this will be carbon number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then at carbon number 2, I have a side chain over there. So the IUPAC name will simply be 2-methyl. It's 2-methyl, and then this is butane 1.2 diol. It's diol because I have 2 hydroxide ions there. Okay. For the first 6 compounds, I was given structural formulas, guys. I was supposed to write down the IUPAC name, né? But now I'm given condensed formulas. I must first change them into structural formula and then write down the IUPAC name. So that's simply CH3, C with an OH, and then I still have a CH3 over there and a CH3. All I have to do is to write the hydrogens. I'm dealing with a tertiary alcohol. And the IUPAC name of this tertiary alcohol will simply be 2-methyl. It's 2-methyl propane 2-ol. Okay, and then over here I simply have CH3, CH with an OH over there. Then I have CH with the CH3 over there, and I have CH3. Just write the hydrogens. I believe already you are writing the IUPAC name. The parent chain is this one, and this will be carbon number 1, carbon 2, 3, and 4. So the IUPAC name for this compound will be 3-methyl, and then it will be butane 2-ol. Okay, for number 9, I simply have CH3, CH with an OH over there. I have CH with an ethyl, and then I have CH with the CH3 over there and another CH3. All I have to do is to write the hydrogens. You can pause the video, guys, and write down the IUPAC name. Check whether you understand or not. Né? So this will be the parent chain, and this is carbon number 1 because it is closer to the functional group. That's carbon 2, 3, 4, and 5. Whenever I name this compound, I need to start by mentioning these additions over there, né? And I need to mention them in alphabetical order. So at carbon number 3, I have my ethyl. At carbon number 4, I have my methyl. And the parent chain has 5 carbons, so this is pentane. The alcohol functional group is at carbon number 2, so that's 2-ol. So the full IUPAC name is just 3-ethyl, 4-methyl, pentane, 2-ol. Okay, and then now I simply have CH2 with an OH, and then I have a CH with the CH3. I have a CH with an OH and a CH3. Just write the hydrogens over there. This would be your parent chain, and that's carbon number 1 because this terminal from the left is closer to the functional group. That's carbon 2, 3, and 4. I do have an addition on my alcohol, so I'll simply say this is 2-methyl. That's 2-methyl. The parent chain has 4 carbons, so it's butane. It's butane 1.3 diol. It's diol because I have 2 of the alcohols. Né? Okay. I have CH3. I have OH with an H over there, and then I have CH3 with an OH, then I have CH3. I just have to write the hydrogens over there. This will be my parent chain. Carbon number 1 should be the carbon which is closer to the functional group. Whether I start from the left or the right, carbon number 2, I'll come across an OH ion. Are we together? But whenever I start from the left, I don't only have an OH ion on carbon number 2, but I also have a side chain. Are we together? So my first carbon will be from the right going to the left. So at carbon number 2, I have my methyl, and then the prefix will be butane since the parent chain has 4 carbons. And then at carbon number 2 and carbon number 3, I have my diol. So I think number 10 and 11 are just positional isomers of one another. Because the only difference is that we had an OH ion at carbon number 1, but at number 11 the OH ion is at carbon number 2. So these are positional isomers. Okay, and then for number 12, I simply have CH2 with an OH. And then I have CH2 like this. I have a CH with an OH, and then I have a CH3. This is my parent chain. This will be carbon number 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm starting from the left because the carbon at the terminal carbon has a functional group, right? So the IUPAC name will simply be butane 1.3 diol, since I have two of the alcohols. Okay, for these ones, guys, I was given the condensed formulas, and then I was supposed to draw the structure and write down the IUPAC name. But now I'm given the IUPAC name. All I have to do is to just draw the structural formula. I have ethanol. It simply means I have two carbons. So this will be my alcohol over there. That will be ethanol. Okay, and then 14, I have 3-methyl butane-2-ol. This over here tells me about the number of carbons on my parent chain. Are we together? Since the prefix for the alcohol is butane, that means my alcohol had 4 carbons. Are we together? And at carbon number 2, I simply have an OH ion like that. And then at carbon number 3, I simply had a side chain, which is methyl. All you have to do is to write your hydrogens. Then your structure would be like this. For number 15, I have 2.3 dimethyl butane, 1.4 diol. Since I have butane, guys, it simply means I'm dealing with 4 carbons, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Both my carbon, both of the terminal carbons have side chain, have the OH ions, because I'm dealing with the diol, né? And they're at carbon number 1 and carbon number 4. And then at carbon number 2 and 3, I have my side chains. That's CH3, another CH3. All I have to do is to write the hydrogens there. Hydrogen, like this, né? And then the IUPAC, I'm already given the IUPAC name. This will be the structural formula of that IUPAC name, né? I have 3-ethyl, 2-methyl, pentane, 2-ol. Pentane simply means that my alcohol has 5 carbons. So I'll simply have 5 carbons, and then at carbon number 2, I'll have an OH, because it's pentane-2-ol. At carbon number 3, I will have an ethyl. Carbon number 2, I also have a methyl like this. All you have to do is to write down the hydrogens. Okay, and then for the last two, we have 3-ethyl, 2.3.4 dimethyl hexane-2-ol. Hex simply means I have 6 carbons on my parent chain. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. At carbon number 2, I have an OH. At carbon number 3, I have an ethyl. And then at carbon number 2, I have a methyl like this. Carbon number 3 also have a methyl, and carbon number 4, there's a methyl as well. So that's how your structural formula should look like, and obviously surrounded by hydrogens. Like that. This would be your alcohol over there. Oh, there are other hydrogens I didn't write. Okay, and then for the last one, I have 3.3 diethyl, 2.4 dimethyl pentane 2-ol. Pentane simply means my parent chain has 5 carbons. At carbon number 3, I have my ethyl, like this, because it's diethyl, right? And then at carbon number 2, I have my methyl as well as the alcohol. And as well at carbon number 4, I have another methyl. So all I have to do is to just write down the hydrogens, and then this would be my structure, guys. I really hope that, guys, the video helped you out. If there are things you're not sure about, you're more than welcome, guys, to pause the video, go back. If you still don't understand, you will let me know on the comment section. So that's how, guys, you're supposed to tackle these alcohols over here. If you're given a structural formula, just write the IUPAC name. If you're given a condensed structure, draw the structural formula and then write the IUPAC name. And then if you're given the IUPAC name, just draw the structural formula. That's how, guys, you're supposed to deal with alcohols. I really hope that the video helped you out. Just stay tuned and wait for more videos. Thank you.